Hi there, Sarah here from Scattered Pictures Art, and I'm just here for a quick share with you of a traveler's notebook that I made for a swap in the Sophie's Notes Facebook group. So the swap was a fall theme, and it was to be a traveler's notebook style cover and a journal insert and some extras. So this is what I made. I had this gorgeous fabric that's all beautiful fall colors, and I decided to make a classic traveler's notebook style cover with a wraparound closure, and it got a little chunky. I've added a Tim Holtz bar here. It says life is about creating yourself, and it's just a normal traveler's notebook style elastic closure. So take that off. And I was going to put an image on the cover, but I thought the fabric was just so pretty that I didn't want to cover it up, and I thought if I put a fall image on the cover that maybe she wouldn't want to use this year-round, and I think it's pretty enough that you could use it year-round rather than just for fall. So I left the cover plain. That's the cover. And let's go inside. So I've added this fringe trim all along the pocket on the inside of the cover. I just love that. This is the last little bit of it I have is in this book. And in the front pocket there is a journal card with mushrooms. This is from the Graphics Fairy. And I've just inked the back, and I found a stencil that is lines. And it's amazing. Let me see. It is a Cartabella stencil, and it's called Our Home Shiplap. And it's perfect for stenciling some journal lines onto journal cards. So, love that. Just found it. This is an envelope that I got from the secondhand store. Somebody had got rid of some wedding envelopes, so sad for them, good for me. And I just did some trim, some leaf ribbon, a stamp that blended really nicely, some embossing and some gold, and then it just has the matching journal card that I just inked inside. And then I have an old receipt printed on masking paper from the hardware store, and this is also from the Graphics Fairy. And I just love the barrels in the corner, and I think this is from the farm kit from the members site. So I just kind of folded it and inked it up so it would look a bit older. I love how they look printed on the masking paper. And then in the back pocket is another mushroom journaling card with the stenciled lines. And then I printed out some old artwork that is all fall themed, really pretty, and I put coffee dyed cardstock on the back, sewed it on, and stenciled some more lines on. And I made an envelope out of an Edith Holden index page. So there's some green masking paper and a stamp, labels, some old German dictionary page, and some of the fabric from the cover ruffled, and some leaf ribbon. Okay, and then we can take the insert out. And it is just a standard traveler's notebook. It has two elastics, so you could put two inserts in if you wanted. This one got a little chunky, so I don't think another insert will fit. But you can close it up. And just with the band, if you're putting these on elastics, when you go to wrap around the book to make sure it's going to be right side up, you just make sure it's upside down when you first go to wrap it. And then it'll be right side up when you close it. So there's the cover. And here is the insert I made for it. This is the image I was going to put on the fabric cover, but I decided to put it on the insert instead. So pretty. And I think this has 80 pages front and back, give or take. So I've layered this up with some burlap, some coffee dyed cheesecloth, and just sewed the image on. Sewed 2 pieces of cardstock together for the cover. This is a Fab Scraps collection that I had in my stash that I thought looked kind of folly. It has like the peeling paint and the wood, and I just like the colors. Okay, so let's go inside. So let me show you the inside. It has like the kind of the paneling with peeled paint and wallpaper look. There's another journal card sewn onto coffee dyed paper, and a coffee dyed shipping tag with "This book belongs to" stamped on it. Some coffee dyed tracing paper, and there's a bit of shimmer in the water when I dyed. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There you can sort of see. And an Edith Holden page, some green masking paper. I've got a bag here with a fall themed bingo card that's also from the Graphics Fairy, sewn onto some coffee dyed index card. And this is another printout from the Graphics Fairy on the the masking paper. Go. Here is a pullout of coffee dyed paper, also with some shimmer in it, and I just die cut some tabs from the same papers I used in the journal. Added an eyelet, and there's a bulb pin with a maple leaf charm, and my partner and I are both in Canada, so that's appropriate. I did lots of ruffles down the side, so you have like a cascade of ruffles down the side. So here's the first ruffle from the same fabric as the cover, and some more of the Fab Scraps paper. This is a vintage German dictionary page. There's a wallpaper pocket made from the Tim Holtz die cut, and a little tag with some of the leaf ribbon on the top. That's just held on with a rusty paper clip. And on the other side is a tag from the Graphics Fairy, sewn on to coffee dyed cardstock, and just some really pretty eyelash trim on the top. And that's another fold out page. It's a children's printing practice page. There we go. Another Edith Holden page, a tiny ledger page, and I used this one because it had green lines on it, and I thought it matched nicely with the colors in the book. This is a pocket printed from the Graphics Fairy. It's from the membership site, and I just made a little tag from some of the leftover paper and put it in it, and some of the same eyelash trim on the top. You can see there's an owl with the label, and it's just got some grid paper on the back. I'll put that back later. And on this side this is a vintage bridge tally and an old vintage playing card. And then I used one of the Tim Holtz die cuts here with the slots, and I've added in some vintage Monopoly money. I like the orange color for fall. And then some Tim Holtz stamped die cut tickets that I've inked up, all in fall colors. And there's a stamp from Poland as well. Another fabric ruffle, and this is a recipe page. It's from a book that has all old recipes in it. So this one is for corn pudding from November 1912, and I folded it not exactly down the middle, but so that you could actually still read the recipes and make them if you wanted to. So that's kind of fun. Here's another coffee dyed page with a fold out, another tab, and this one has a little, see if I can get it, watch charm. And all the bulb pins also have a couple of little glass beads on them. And then coffee dyed graph paper. This is some notebook paper. The other side has a really pretty rose printed on it. Some of the brown masking paper, coffee dyed doily. And here in the center of the signature, another big pocket, also in round. I've added some pearl beads to the end of the strings that are holding the signature in with. And two more fall journal cards. Beautiful artwork. This is a wallpaper tag with some of that leaf trim sewn onto coffee dye paper, and a piece of the cardstock left over from making the cover as a tag, also sewn onto the coffee dyed card. And I intentionally sewed the leaf ribbon on the opposite side so it would sort of frame the page. Another ruffle. Whoops. Coffee dyed doily, masking paper. Here's the other side of that note paper with the pretty rose printed on it. Here is the third tab. This one has a little, whoops, feather charm, if you can see that. And it's also on a pull-out. Coffee dyed paper. You can really see the shimmer on that page. Here's the other side of that recipe page. This is for Turkish pilaf, March 1934. And on the other side is a pot roast recipe from May 1933. So that's kind of fun. Another ruffle, some vintage music paper, another of the pockets from the Graphics Fairy. This one with a squirrel. And just another tag that I made. And on this side we have a vintage bingo card, which I left plain. I thought my partner could decorate it if she wanted, or use it as a journal card. And the aging on that's all natural. I didn't do anything to that. Another one of the vintage playing cards. The other side of the little journal page, Edith Holden, another wallpaper pocket with a little tag in it, held on with a rusty paper clip, and another owl tag. German dictionary page, designer paper. Here's another of the Tim Holtz die cuts with some more of the vintage Monopoly money tickets, and this stamp is from, I think, Greece. That's kind of cool. Other side of the bag has another bingo card and another of the receipts from the Graphics Fairy. And masking paper, Edith Golden, tracing paper, and the back cover has two more of the artwork journaling cards with the stenciled lines on the back. And that's it. So I hope my partner enjoys this. I tried to leave lots of room for writing and still keep with the fall theme, but not kind of go too over the top on fall. So I hope you like this, and thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.